we have a breaking update coming in. As far as Iran is concerned, it has threatened to block trade in Red Sea, Gulf and Sea of Oman if US continues its naval blockade of the Iranian ports, while the White House has said that it is quite optimistic about the future talks likely to be held in Pakistan. But at a time when there is a naval blockade in place, no Iranian vessel has been able to cross the Strait of Hormuz in the last 48 hours. Iran has now threatened to block trade not just in the Strait of Hormuz, but this time it has threatened as far as the trade in Red Sea is also concerned. Let me get you more perspective and go across to our consulting editor, Srinjoy Chaudhary. Good morning, Srinjoy. Take us through what is happening as far as the Strait of Hormuz is concerned, because on one hand, Donald Trump is saying that the war is nearly over. On the other hand, the naval blockade continues. Iran is now threatening to block trade, not just in the Strait of Hormuz, Gulf or the Sea of Oman, but also the Red Sea.
Yes, that possibility is there, because while the Iranian ports have been blocked by the U.S. Navy, and the U.S. Navy has enough resources there, enough forces there, the Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier, the Gerald Ford, all of that, nevertheless, the geography of the area is such that any asymmetrical effort will actually help. For instance, the Strait of Hormuz is the way it is, and if the Iranians decide to strike ports of the Gulf states, whether it's Kuwait or Bahrain or in UAE or even Saudi, then the entire Persian Gulf will be absolutely, shipping in the Persian Gulf will come to a halt. And that is not all. We all know that 20% of the world's oil goes through the Strait of Hormuz and all of that. But that apart, there is the Red Sea. Now, the Houthis, who are allied to the Iranians, are there at the Bab el-Mandeb. Now, if the Houthis become active again, and they have in all this while fired only one missile at Israel, and that too was intercepted. So if the Houthis decide to block the Red Sea, then things become even more difficult, particularly for ships that are going south, down the Bab el-Mandeb towards Asia. It's one thing, though even that is risky, for ships, for tankers to go up through the Suez Canal into the Mediterranean for Europe. But even that is risky. If the Houthis can fire a missile at Israel, they can certainly fire missiles at the Suez Canal. So that makes the whole process much more dangerous. Now, how this will work out, we don't know. As you rightly said, President Trump is very positive about this. Now, his optimism may or may not be misplaced, but the world will hope he's right, because if this war comes to an end, a lot of problems that many countries will face vis-a-vis oil, vis-a-vis other issues, including India, will be solved.
Absolutely, but for now, Iran has warned of retaliation. Their armed forces have threatened not just blocking Persian Gulf or Sea of Oman, but next time around the Red Sea as well, if US continues to blockade and creates insecurity for the Iranian commercial ships and the oil tankers there. Stay on with us. We have another breaking update coming in, another reaction that is coming from a senior Iranian official and military advisor to the supreme leader. Now, he has said that the US warships in the Strait of Hormuz would be targeted now. He has warned that American naval forces were under our missile launchers. He has said, and I quote, that the launchers have most likely been moved by our brothers and are now aimed at the US warship and the American warships that are placed there in the Strait of Hormuz. They all are under our launchers now, and we will sink them all. That's a big threat that is coming from Iran, that they will be sinking all the US warships there.